Hello, everyone out there. If you're watching, hi. Um, I I was sitting, just playing games and whatnot, and uh, not that any of you know. It's just sometimes I get mood swings. Like I could go from really happy to just really sad, and I think that's what I'm going through right now. Is that really sad part, and I'm just I keep thinking about, um, man, I don't know how to organize my words. I keep thinking about how I feel in life. You know, I'm a young person. I'm in my early 20s. I'm 23. I turned 23 this year, and I had my birthday uh, in August. The thing is, though, graduating from school, I don't know. I had this whole plan set up, right? And I thought as soon as I graduated, my whole plan's gonna start, and you know, be a one stop type thing. You're gonna keep going until you're finished. I had dreams of going to college. I had work that I wanted to do. I always bounced around a few ideas, such as like, I don't know, researching sharks, oceanography. I always liked the water and stuff like that. I was always good at science when I was in school. Probably less so now that I'm out of school. Been out of school for a couple of years, and I tried YouTube. YouTube didn't go how I planned. YouTube was my dream. You know, always wanted to be like my the people who I look up to, as I'm sure other people can relate to that. But I I just feel lost in life. I just feel lost in life. You know, I try and I talk with my parents. My parents ask me like, what do you want to do? Say, I don't know. Part of me is like, I should start going into the workforce just to get some money and some experience, credentials, etc. Something that if for future reference, say I do go to school and do get a degree, I got background that I've been in a job and I understand how it works. But I feel like if I do that route, the person that I am, I'm not gonna leave. It's gonna be like if I do a job, I'm trapped in that job. And it's like there's times when I I want to go to school again. I did a German intro class at a community college nearby, and that was fun until a teacher replaced the one that was being our teacher for a long time. I didn't I didn't get along well with that new teacher and the way that he taught the class. I didn't. It's not how I learn languages. It just stopped being fun, and when learning the language stops being fun, then there's no point in like keeping up with it for right now. I just, I always said to people, if you're still in school watching this, like high school, that life is going to be confusing. It's already confusing for you guys. Doesn't matter how old you are. Some people go through more than others, and it's confusing. We don't know why. It's just how things are. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And um, some of you are going to have plans. It's good to have a plan, a goal, something that you want to do when you get out of high school, when you graduate finally. And that's good. And I know people tell you, oh, I have a backup plan. And you're like, oh, yeah, I have a backup plan. To be honest with you, have a backup plan because you never know how life's gonna turn out. Life can make it seem like you're going down one road one day and then the next day you wake up and that road is no longer there. It's gonna feel to some of you like you've been tossed into a big ocean. You're not gonna know what to do. You're not gonna be exactly sure what the goal is anymore. People are like, oh, I wish I had so much more time. I got all the time in the world because I'm not really doing anything. Yeah. And let me tell you, having so much time is not as great as everyone says it is. It's always great when you like, oh, I wish I had more time. But sometimes when you get all that time that you wished for, you don't know how to spend it, or it's like, I've done everything I wanted to today, and it's like I don't know what else to do. So it's gonna feel confusing. And when I'm talking with my parents, I said they asked me what I want to do, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, what do you like doing? And the saddest part is when I reply to them, I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know what I like doing. I like doing this, like playing games, chatting with my friends online. I did like making videos. I never wanted to stop making videos. It's just, it wasn't going how I wanted it to. And I understand, it's a process. It's just, even if you tell yourself it's a process, it doesn't make it hurt any less when you do put in time and effort on certain things and it uh, it's got nothing to show for it. It definitely still hurts when that happens. So, I'm sitting there on the couch downstairs. Yeah, the whole downstairs in a parent's basement thing's real. Yeah, yeah, it's real. It's real. At least I'm not totally useless. I do yard work around the house for my parents, and I try to help out when I can. It's just people are always like, life, you need to be successful, and people are like, well, what is success? And you look at these people who are like rich and good looking and all this other stuff, and life has moved away from doing what makes you happy. For the most part, for most people, it's not about what makes you happy anymore. It's about being being successful in the eyes of others, you know, good money, good job, a respected job, status, etc. The superficial things that, in the end, it doesn't fully matter. Money does matter to a certain degree because, you want to live comfortably, yeah. And you got things to pay, yeah. But you don't need to be raking in thousands upon thousands. You don't need to be making like millions of dollars, no matter what people want to tell you. And the fact that it's gone from being like what actually makes you happy in life to being don't worry about what makes you happy, worry about, worry about like being successful. It's sad. And of course you can do both. There are some people who say, don't do what makes you happy at first. Go make money, and then you can do what makes you happy. But why can't you do both? You can do both. I think that happiness is something that people really take for granted. And sure, you can get a job that pays well, but like, if you don't enjoy what you do in life, then you're gonna you're gonna hate waking up every day and going doing what you're doing. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for you. I don't like how that's how my parents feel. They wake up and they don't want to go to work. They loathe going to work, but they have to go to work because it puts food on the table. You know, it, it's what people do to survive. But the thing about surviving is surviving isn't living. Surviving just means you're getting by. Living means you're happy. You're getting by, but you're also happy. I just I sit down here, and there's moments when I'm really happy, especially talking to certain friends, certain people. I feel very happy. I feel very happy talking to them, helping them out in the game, playing the game, but sometimes it's just it's hard not to look at myself in the mirror and think that I'm not a loser. It's very hard because growing up, you know, we get this thing drilled into us about what's a loser and what's success. Nobody wants to be the loser, right? So people, it's hard not to think of my situation as one that it's hard to look at myself and not be hard and critical of myself. You know, it's hard to it's hard to love yourself. It's hard not to it's hard to change your mind it it's difficult because your mind, you subconsciously you wire it, right? And your mind, you could do a psychologist on YouTube, I saw it. They said, you could succeed 99% of the time, right? If you succeed 99% of the time, but you fail once, and your mind has been wired to feel that you're a failure, that one time that you mess up is just gonna reinforce that theory that you're confirming what you believe, because that's how your mind is. Your mind's gonna pick out, oh, I failed, so it must be true.
The mind has no limit.
It's so hard to get out of that toxic mindset that we unfortunately put ourselves through. I think we all want happiness. We all want to be happy in life. I don't think anybody wants to be unhappy.
Tiger pounce.
But I feel like we've wired our brains to expect that we should be a certain way. And, like, it's good to have things that you want to strive to be, but it's not good when those things that you're striving to be are the things that are eating you up from the inside. When it starts to get that way, it starts to get to just a really toxic place.
Annihilation.
And once you get into that toxic place, it's hard to not think that way anymore. It takes a lot of effort to reset it. And I feel like that's what I am right now. Is I'm so obsessed with like being worth.
The ice, it can shatter the king's shield.
I keep thinking to myself, right? Being a worthy person that like someone would be with,
The sacred rain shall cleanse all.
My dream, my goal for life.
This is all I have left. I'm transforming you into a pawn. Promote yourself to queen. Only then can you defeat the king.
My goal for life is to one day get married, have my own family. That's my goal. That's always been my goal, and I've stressed so much about trying to be like this perfect, not perfect, but like a person. I keep thinking like, am I worthy?
Liberate yourself.
of being in a relationship. Would
Claudius,
the person who I want to be with, would they view me as a person who's worthy? That's how I always viewed myself. Is you know, uh, I'm never going to find love because I don't got a job. I don't make money. I live with my parents and stuff like that. And it just goes back to that thing how I kind of like a dream turning into a nightmare. It's like I've let it turn toxic. And it's good to want to get out of certain things. Like I don't want to be in the basement forever, you know? I I do want to have like my own house one day or something like that, you know. And I don't know, man. Like I don't I don't feel like I'm miserable in life. I just it's hard to look at myself and be like, yeah, this is exactly what I want. And people are like, well, if you don't like it, go out and change it. It's like, I want to change. I do want to change. And I get that. I do want to change things about my life. And I get that change starts with you. Uh, but it's hard when it's confusing. Story is 5K. They didn't do the side quest. I just like it. It goes back to that thing. I'm lost. I'm confused, and I don't know which way to step forward. And people might say, you know, any step forward is a step forward. You know, as long as you're going forward, you know, doesn't matter where you're going as long as it's forward. But like,
Tiger Pound. Huh?
we
Liberate
did it.
yourself.
We did it, Mother.
Indeed, we did. But
Stole the mine.
we,
Kill.
I, a truly magnificent crown. Hamlet, you remain as naive as ever.
I don't really know
Always
what the
shadows and
purpose
dust, except power.
of this is for.
While you still can.
Why I started this video.
Please, come to your senses.
Vermin,
Dual harmony.
you're all too
I
weak
guess
to
I just
comprehend the beauty of true power.
I want to feel like I don't know. Alright, this is gonna be weird. Alright. In school, I read a book, right? The book was called Catching the Rye. And
Even the lowliest
I'm not gonna
servants
talk
have their
about.
day. Thunder, protect the king.
I'm not gonna talk about like what you call it, like the story and like what he does in the book, right? But throughout the story, he keeps saying one thing, and there's one thing always kind of like it reminds me of me right now because he asks people constantly
Perhaps I should take this seriously.
if they know how it like if he
Annoying
like do people feel the same, do they understand him?
your grave.
He just wants people to like understand, right?
Annihilation.
And I just I want someone to understand me, you know?
Underworld shades, hearken to your king's words. Darkness and silence. The eternal law.
I just I just want someone out there. I just want to know if someone out there feels how I do.
Light has no limit. Soul divided. Annihilation.
Because
Enough of these trifling antics. I shan't waste my time on feeble subjects. I am the master.
I just I just hope that someone out there feels the same that I do. The same way that I do. I just hope that someone feels the same. I guess that's why I started this video. It's like, hey, who knows? It's just, it's, if you feel this, if you feel this way, you know, just know that there's people out there that feel it too. And if you want my opinion, I don't think you're a loser. I just feel that, like, there's certain things in society that pressure us to be a certain way. I just feel like there's certain toxic things that are kind of like imposed on us, that we should be something that not everybody wants to be. I just hope that you're all happy, and at the very least, I hope you all are safe and healthy. Doing well, you know. I wish the best for y'all. Uh, I guess this means I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna keep trying, I guess. I just hope y'all feel the same way I do.